They made her serve mashed potatoes and wipe tables while soldiers called her lunch lady and joked about her slow movements. But when a suicide bomber walked into the mess hall with a vest full of explosives, this 49-year-old cafeteria worker did something impossible. That's when they saw the bomb squad tattoo on her neck. Hit subscribe and tell us what you would do in this situation, because what happened next saved 200 lives. Move it, lunch lady, called Sergeant Mike Rodriguez, holding out his tray. Extra gravy today? Asked Maria Santos, spooning potatoes. Just hurry up, he laughed. Some of us have real jobs. Maria nodded quietly. 49 years old, graying hair and a hairnet, food service uniform that marked her as invisible. Santos, kitchen manager Torres shouted. Table 12 needs cleaning. Yes, sir. The soldiers laughed. Maria kept working. She'd been hearing these comments for 6 months now. It was Tuesday lunch rush at Fort Carson Mess Hall. 200 soldiers eating, talking, relaxing between missions. Look at lunch lady waddle, whispered Private Chen to his buddy. Probably never been outside the kitchen, replied Morrison. Maria heard everything, but today felt different. At 1,247 hours, she noticed him, young man in civilian clothes, nervous sweating, bulky jacket in 85-degree weather. Her training kicked in, pattern recognition from places the army didn't acknowledge. The man sat alone, didn't order food, kept checking his watch. Maria moved closer with her cleaning supplies. That's when she saw the wires. Torres, she said quietly to the kitchen manager. What now, Santos? We need to evacuate. Now, what are you talking about? The man at table 6. He's wearing a suicide vest. Torres stared at her. Are you insane? Look at his jacket. The bulges, the wires at his collar. You're a cafeteria worker, not security. But Maria was already moving, not the slow shuffle soldiers expected. Fast, professional, trained. Everyone needs to leave, she announced loudly. Kitchen emergency. Gas leak. Some soldiers started moving, others stayed seated, confused by the sudden announcement. What's going on? Rodriguez asked. Just trust me and go, Maria replied firmly. The bomber realized his cover was blown, reached for his detonator with shaking hands. Maria was faster. Pressure point strike to his wrist. The detonator flew across the room, clattering under a table. Bomb! She shouted. Everyone out now. Now soldiers were running. Chairs overturned, tables scattered, pure chaos. But Maria stayed. Lady, get out of here, Rodriguez yelled from the doorway. Can't. If this vest goes off, it'll bring down the whole building. She was already working on the bomb. Hands steady, movements precise, no hesitation. How do you know about bombs? Torres asked. Frozen in place. Experience. The bomb had 4 different trigger mechanisms. Dead man switch, timer, remote detonator, motion sensor, professional work, military grade. This wasn't some amateur with homemade explosives. This is sophisticated, Maria muttered, examining the circuitry. Whoever made this knew what they were doing. Timer showed 2 minutes 30 seconds, and counting down. Maria's fingers found the primary circuit. Years of training guided her movements. Red wire first, she whispered to herself. Always red first with this type. She cut the red wire. Timer kept going. Damn, they modified the standard pattern. 1 minute 45 seconds. Maria, get out, Torres pleaded. Can't leave now. I'm committed. She traced the secondary circuit, found the bypass they'd installed. Blue wire next, then yellow. 1 minute 20 seconds. The bomber was unconscious but breathing. Professional restraint. Just enough force to disable. Who taught you that move? Torres asked. Same people who taught me about bombs. 45 seconds. Maria found the master circuit, hidden behind a false panel. Clever, she admitted. Very clever. She cut the final wire. Timer stopped at 0:03. The mess hall was silent except for heavy breathing and distant alarms. Jesus Christ, whispered Rodriguez from the doorway. How did you do that? Maria stood up slowly. Calm, professional. Like disarming bombs was just another Tuesday. Someone called to collect this vest and get medical for our friend here. Who are you? Torres demanded, staring at her like he'd never seen her before. Maria reached behind her neck, pulled down her collar slightly. There it was, a detailed tattoo of a bomb with cross wires. AD insignia, Master Sergeant stripes, Master Sergeant Maria Santos, retired, explosive ordnance disposal. 12 years active duty. Rodriguez stepped closer. staring at the tattoo. Your bomb squad did 3 tours in Afghanistan, defused over 400 dieds and counting. Why are you working in a cafeteria? Because after 12 years of disarming bombs that could kill me, I wanted to serve food that could feed people. Word spread through the base in minutes. The lunch lady had just saved 200 lives. Base Commander Colonel Hayes arrived within the hour, followed by investigators and brass. Santos, we need to talk. Yes, ma'am. Why didn't you tell us about your background when you were hired? You didn't ask. You needed a cafeteria worker. I needed a peaceful job. Peaceful, ma'am? Have you ever defused a bomb while being shot at by snipers? Number. Then you understand why serving mashed potatoes felt peaceful. The bomber was unconscious but alive. Professional vest. Sophisticated timing mechanisms. This was a test, Maria told investigators as they examined the device. How do you know? The bomb was designed to be found. Real terrorists don't use this many backup triggers. She pointed to specific components. See these redundant systems? Someone wanted to test our response capabilities. The lead investigator nodded. What makes you so sure? 15 years of looking at these things. This device wanted to be discovered and disarmed. She was right. Intelligence later confirmed it was a security assessment gone wrong. Unauthorized testing by a contractor. The next morning, everything changed in the mess hall. Good morning, Master Sergeant, soldiers said respectfully as they entered. It's just Maria, she replied, serving breakfast. No ma'am, it's not. Colonel Hayes approached her personally. Santos, I have an offer, ma'am. An instructor position, train the next generation of bomb technicians. Maria considered this while filling coffee cups. Thank you, but number. Why not? I like the kitchen. It's quiet. It lets me feed people instead of worrying about what might explode. But she did agree to start teaching bomb awareness to security personnel during her off hours. The most important skill, she told them in her first class, isn't knowing how to disarm bombs. It's knowing how to spot them. How do we develop that awareness? Asked the young MP. By understanding that bombers try to look normal, they count on you not paying attention to details. She showed them photos of different explosive devices. Each bomb tells a story about its maker. What did yesterday's vest tell you? Someone asked. That someone wanted to test us. Real bombers don't build devices designed to be disarmed safely. Rodriguez became one of her most respectful students and regular customers. Master Sergeant, how do you stay calm around explosives? By remembering that panic kills people. Training saves them. Is that why you didn't run yesterday? Someone had to stay. If I ran and that bomb went off, everyone in this building dies. New soldiers arriving at the base were briefed about Maria during orientation. The cafeteria worker, supervisors said, she saved more lives than most of you ever will. Show respect. Young soldiers would approach her with questions about her career. Master Sergeant, what was your scariest bomb? The one in a school in Kandahar. Kids were still inside the building. Did you disarm it? Obviously, I'm here talking to you. How long did it take? 47 minutes. Longest 47 minutes of my life. 6 months later, Maria still served food, but now she also protected lives in a different way. People ask why I don't go back to active odd duty. She told a visiting reporter. What's your answer? Because I found something better than disarming bombs. What's that? Preventing them from reaching their targets in the first place. She gestured toward the mess hall where soldiers were eating safely, unaware of the protection she provided. Every meal I serve is a life I'm protecting. Every soldier who eats here goes home to their family. But your specialized skills are used every day. I watch for threats. I train others. I keep people safe. The reporter pressed further. Don't you miss the adrenaline of odd work? I get my adrenaline from knowing these soldiers are safe. That's enough excitement for me. What message do you have for other veterans transitioning to civilian life? Service doesn't end with retirement, it just changes form. What do you mean? I spent 12 years disarming bombs. Now I spend my time making sure people don't need to worry about them. New cafeteria workers were trained specifically to watch for suspicious behavior as part of their duties. The most dangerous enemies, Maria taught them during orientation, look like everyone else until they act. How do we spot them? by watching for things that don't fit: wrong clothes for the weather, nervous behavior, unusual interest in security procedures. What should we do if we see something suspicious? Trust your instincts. Better to be wrong about a threat than dead from ignoring one. Young EOD specialists came from other bases to learn from her during their training rotations. Master Sergeant, how do you read a bomb so quickly? By understanding the bomber's mind. Every device tells a story about who made it and why. What did that vest tell you? That someone wanted to test our readiness without actually causing casualties. Real bombers don't use redundant safety systems. Maria kept serving food every day, watching for threats, teaching others to stay alert. Some people think I wasted my career, she told visitors who came to meet the famous lunch lady. What do you think? I think feeding soldiers is just as important as protecting them from bombs. She smiled while refilling the gravy dispensers. Maybe more important. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Every day, Maria served hundreds of meals. Every soldier who ate safely was a life protected. The bomb squad tattoo on her neck reminded everyone that heroes come in all forms. Sometimes they wear combat gear and protective suits. Sometimes they wear hairnets and serve lunch. But they all serve those who serve our country.